Hey everybody, Dan here, University of Options for your daily trade recap and market recap. Today was a Fed day; those are always fun. Uh, I went 5-0, and you can see my five trades here. They were pretty small gains. Um, I don't know why that says that. Just ignore it. Lee went 6-0. Again, we're still getting this form dialed in, but I can tell you these trades are completely accurate. They come right from the trading platform. Um, so that's good. 5-0 and 6-0. If I scroll down here, you'll see uh, Dan $19 a contract. And sorry, guys. So if I, well, 40 is not showing on here, or maybe it is. No. So 40 contracts is about 800 bucks. Lee made 70 a contract today. He trades 20, so that was $1,400. Um, Yeah, again, that's just weird. And then this shows you the accurate numbers. Six, they're flip flopped. He should be six, I should be five, I think. Okay, anyway, it was a good day. I'm going to go through every trade so you can see what I'm talking about. In fact, let's just do that real quick. We'll knock that out. Um, the first trade that I took this morning was 855. The group had taken a trade before I showed up in the morning, and that was a win. And just to walk you through this, we got the bear signal. So we have to validate it. And to validate it, it has to get below these wicks. And actually now we have this dashed line. And so it validated right here. Look at what happened with the chop index. This is just about as perfect as it can get. Closed a little too early, decent gain. And then I went back in here and got another big piece of it. And the way that happens is when I want to go back in, I look for a point where the price stalls out. It stalled out where I got out. And then I look for it to break below that level with a good drop in chop. So that's what happened. Quick gain. And then I entered another trade at 936. It's interesting. These are all short because it was actually the markets did okay. Well, not so much at the end. And so here's your bear signal. No, there's no dots here, so we're going to clear. Those are the same lines we had to clear before. And you can see we actually confirmed the trade here. I don't know why I didn't go in here. That was like almost one of our perfect entries. I went in late. Made a few bucks and got right back out. Sometimes I'm just looking for this bigger drop in the chop index. And then I took my next trade at 10:03. And again, we'll review it. The bear signal is here. We have to clear the dot, which is here. That dot's right there. So we confirmed it here. We had a drop in chop. In we go. And was just in this for a couple of candles. Another good trade. And I think there's just one more today. Yeah, so I got brave and I took a trade during the Fed. I don't normally do this. You can see how crazy it was. But I kind of got a feel for how it was behaving, and it certainly fit our system, although I could have gotten in way back here. So we'll just call this kind of a bonus trade. But what I did again is I waited for it to stalled out here a little bit, and then waited for it to break and a little bit of a drop in the chop index, which happened here, in and out in seconds. And that's it. So pretty good day. Let's look at the markets real quick. Let's go. First of all, we did a lot of dancing around the dark pools today. It was pretty interesting. And at no time today was the SPY, well, actually a tiny bit in the morning was the algo flow positive. So it's all pretty red here. Oops, not sweepers. We can look at the dark pool levels here. Takes a second. There they are. So 436.80 was a pretty big level. And you can see this is when the Fed talked. Once it gave up this dark pool, and that's a massive number of dark pools. That's 220, 220, 220, 220, 220. It was over $1 billion of dark pools through here. and it does act like a magnet. Price is often drawn right back to it. And then we had this dark pull all the way up here at 438.60, and you can see that was the party crasher. When we hit this, it bounced, and you knew that this was a bearish order up here. Just as when we hit this, we came through pretty hard. So not bad. You can also look at the Greeks, the gamma exposure, and you'll also notice that the dealer hedging, you'll see probably a bunch down here and a bunch up here. So here's dealer hedging. Again, it's going to be almost a magnetic pull into here, and up here again, also where that dark pull was. So knowing this stuff in advance does give us a little bit of an edge when we're trading. Our system really doesn't require knowing this, but for me, it just helps a little bit. Big money is buying, buying, buying. Yesterday, it'll be interesting to see what they did today. I won't have those numbers until later today, until tomorrow morning. But you can see the big money index is now up to 59. Back on May 30th, it was 44. It's just gone straight up. Notice how when the big money index is going up, the price is going with it. These guys are the market. When they're buying, there's no way for the market not to rise. And yesterday, boy, were they buying. Look at that. 179 buys, 8 sells. One of the biggest days we've seen, more than this day. I mean, so I'm going back a few months here. We have not seen this much buying. So that's a real bullish picture. At some point, it gets too high, it peaks and it falls. But at the moment, it's extremely bullish. Last but not least, we have our time cycle data. And Dow is still going straight up. The magenta line, which is the midterm market, the long-term market, white line's going up a bit, so that's going to cause more of a run. The Qs, while it continues to be stuck in the upper reversal zone, it's up. This is up. This is bullish. You're going to get chopped, though, because it can't go above 100. Last but not least, the SPY, which showed some weakening today. You can see it's starting to bend down, and so is the long term. So I'm not too surprised that, the market struggled to really hold a rally. Here you can see we're getting closer to the top on these time projections. Another day or two, the SPY makes a top, and it may have made a top today. We'll see. While the NASDAQ just keeps going straight on up. The hourly forecast is pretty bullish. So all in all, I think this market's going to continue to run. Tomorrow is going to be really interesting because, the Fed didn't raise, which is great, but 90% of traders knew that he wasn't going to raise. But he did say that they're planning on 2 more rate hikes this year. And that's not what the market needed to hear. In fact, it was ridiculous that he said that, especially with this week's inflation numbers. So go to SPX. And actually, it really did climb up and close. Not up a lot, up a few points. But not much of a move. And the Dow did end up way down. But the NASDAQ ended up way up, and that just keeps happening. But you can see the SPY. This is the 1-minute chart. It reached a high today of this. This is where that dark pull was. Came all the way down to this dark pull and dealer hedging area. And then it closed near its highs. But if you look at the longer term chart, it's just really bullish. And there's really not any resistance above here. So it could really continue to climb, but we will see a pullback at least to, this upward trend line. That has to happen. Price is always going to come back to the mean, and I would call this the mean. All right, that's it. Please reach out if I can help you. If you ever want to watch us trade and see firsthand how we make money, we're here. Go to dolikedan.com/free pass. Okay, see you.